Welcome to this BruinBuy Plus training on processing an invoice. Processing an invoice begins when you receive an invoice from a vendor. This may come as a doc or PDF, usually via email. Whoever receives this invoice should email it to a designated email that will be provided to you. This will begin the automatic digital capture process and prepare it for the PO, which accounts payable will be able to work with. Digital capture will automatically scan the invoice from the email and enter an invoice into BruinBuy Plus. This means neither accounts payable nor you need to do manual data entry for invoices. If the system has no questions about the mapping, the invoice will be available in BruinBuy Plus within a few minutes of you sending the email. If there are questions about the mapping, the invoice will route to someone in AP to review and correct. Usually, those issues are resolved quickly. This means users be able to see their department's invoices in the system so much faster than before. Invoices from digital capture go immediately into the invoice workflow process for approval. You can see here what accounts payable sees when reviewing an invoice. This department has already received part of its order. You can check this by clicking on the Receipts tab. This invoice can now be quickly processed by the AP team without having to wait for the receipt to be entered by the department. Now, let's take a look at how accounts payable conducts its invoice review. We look at the entire invoice to ensure it is accurate and complete. Some key areas include payment terms, bank code, check distribution code, income report code, adjustment code, and the AP line code as needed. We will check and update the tax codes both at a line and header level, and we will, of course, compare the invoice to the system for accuracy. If accounts payable has any questions for the departments, they will be entered into the Comments tab. BruinBuy Plus will then generate an email notification which can be sent to the creator of the order, the creator of the receipt, or both. Don't forget to click the checkmark to post your comment, as the user interface can be a little tricky here. Users can then enter their responses into the comment section, and it will be visible to all of accounts payable for resolution but is also part of the document record and visible for audits. Now that I have verified that everything is accurate and correct, and I have added any required additional information, I am ready to approve this invoice. If this was purchased on a research-based effort, it will then route to the fund manager and PI for approval, who will see the same pages that we just reviewed, and will approve in the same manner. Now that all approvals have been completed, the system will send the invoice data to PAC, which will then queue it up for payment by the invoice due date. This concludes this BruinBuy Plus training on processing an invoice.